Hey Fandom, it's Aaron for a comic show. It's another kind of small week for comics. We're kind of in this weird holding pattern for Marvel, waiting for both the end more of Secret Wars and all that new Marvel stuff, all new, all different in October, which I'm excited for a lot of that stuff. But now we're still, getting tie-ins and whatnot. But the biggest book of the week for me is We Stand on Guard by Brian K. Vaughan. It's issue 2. If you didn't get issue 1, we still have plenty. It's fun. It's a good book. It's cool. It's in the future. It's militaristic. It's the United States being basically imperialist, taking over Canada, and a band of Canadians kind of like freedom fighters, which the United States would call terrorists. And to see this all as like a metaphor for things that happen with terrorists now and whatnot, to see how these Canadians are basically politicized, how they just wanted to live this peaceful life, and they get thrown into camps and whatnot, and it's pretty cool. And Brian K. Vaughan, he's the guy you love from Saga, Why Last Man. He's kicking ass, the art's great. I don't see any reason not to get it. And now that Saga's gonna be on break, get We Stand on Guard. And I'm excited for Paper Girls that he has coming out with Cliff Chiang, the artist that recently was on that legendary run of Wonder Woman. So great stuff. Moving on, Airboy 3. This book is ridiculous. James Robinson is so confessional, self-effacing, self-depreciate. He got in a little bit of trouble for issue 2 with some stuff where he referred to some people as trannies, and he wasn't talking about an automotive transmission. And that is offensive, that's hurtful, that, it is what it is. And it was not something he should have done. And his apology really rang true to me, because he's like, look, I'm trying to be totally confessional. I'm trying to show myself looking like the bad guy. And the last thing I want to do is hurt someone else or hurt another group of people, that I'm supportive of all, the LGBT issues, but yet I did something that was offensive and hurtful. And that rings true to me, because as someone that has to apologize from time to time, and someone that does act in ways that is self-destructive, you can't necessarily be self-destructive without hurting others too. It's collateral damage, and you should apologize for it, and you should learn from it and try to be a better man. But the whole series is about him trying to be a better man, and he's brought to tears in this issue, and it's awesome. And I really like how now they're in a World War II, they're in Airboy's world, and they're not doing very well there, and that's awesome. So I'm enjoying James Robinson. I loved his Starman, and some of his other stuff was kind of hit and miss, and now this is awesome. So great job on the apology. Kapara, Chip Zdarsky. This is so much fun. I don't know why more people aren't reading this. I'm hand selling it as much as I possibly can. He's the same writer from Howard the Duck, the artist from Sex Criminals, and it's sort of a parody, a satire of He-Man, Master of the Universe, and that whole kind of fantasy, sci-fi fantasy-esque subgenre, whatnot, and I'm enjoying it. It's funny as hell. I laugh my ass off, and I guess I'm just a big Zdarsky fan. So if you are a Zdarsky fan, seriously, get Kapara. Just get it. It's fun. And weird book of the week. It's Dark Horse, This Damn Band. It looks all hippie cover. It's Paul Cornell. Paul Cornell, who probably wrote your favorite episodes of Doctor Who. But it's the story of a band from 60s and 70s, a huge band, a giant band that had this thing where they use a lot of imagery and pretend like they worship Satan, like a lot of rock and roll bands do. They have the pentagrams and all that, and it's like, what if they actually were worshiping Satan? What if Satan was real and they actually were worshiping him with their music and their devotees and all that, and then Satan shows up, and that's this book. So cool concept. Go for it. Marvel, Star Wars Darth Vader, this issue was just brilliant. This is just, I know it's just part of a multi-part story, but it was so solid, and Kieran Gillen is just on fire here with Darth Vader. I hope he stays on it for the duration of the book, and there's a lot of good, I like that they have these good Star Wars moments that we know from the movies, but it fits in the universe, all the basic discrimination against droids, oh, we don't serve your kind here to 3PO and R2-D2 for the cantina, and then talking crap, oh, this is droid work right in front of IG, like a droid bounty hunter. It's oh, not you, I have friends that are droids. It's fun. But this series is is awesome. Like, I love Lando #1. That was my favorite single issue, but Darth Vader is just solid. It's the best. And Jason Aaron's Star Wars isn't bad either. So you can't go wrong with this new Star Wars relaunch. Groot, you see Groot and Silver Surfer on the cover. This is the surfer that you like from the new Dan Slott Silver Surfer. And Groot's on kind of like this hitchhiker's guide to try to get to Earth. And it was a fun single issue story with Silver Surfer. And then we have all the tie-ins. These tie-ins, they're good. I just want more of the main series. I just want it to get going. But Charles Soule's Civil War really shows what this series should have been. Like, it's heavily political and things should have gone way worse. Like, sure, these are company characters and it can't go that horrible. And it didn't go that horrible. There was some death, but of minor characters and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of stuff got changed back to a status quo, but in this, it doesn't. And when you make these huge decisions like this that have all this fallout, that's what this book is. It's farther into the future, and things just went to total shit. Guardians of Nowhere, it's Bendis doing Guardians a lot more like the DNA Guardians run that actually made the Guardians, our present-day Guardians, not the future Guardians, but the run that became the characters we saw and loved on the movie. And he's using a lot of characters in this that he didn't use in the main series. Renew Your Vows, a married Spider-Man with a kid, how horrible that would be, even though we kind of want that wish fulfillment for Peter. It would be horrible. You know, all these tie-ins aren't bad. They're good writing, they're good stories. Infinity Gauntlet, you got Thanos, you have the Infinity Gems, Stones, whatever. You got Cap Wolf and different things at Spider Island. Age Apocalypse is great. Ultimate End, finally Miles Morales shows up. And none of those books are bad. I'm enjoying all Secret Wars. It's definitely, like, the main book is my favorite Marvel crossover probably ever. And the tie-ins are all good because they all have their own unique story that's not necessarily beholden on any other tie-ins or even necessarily the ramifications of the main ones so far. But having said that, I seriously want issue 5, 6, 7, and 8. They're all supposed to be out by October. Get them out. Come on, Marvel. And finally, DC. There's a few books that I'm just loving. I'm loving Detective Comics. Sad that the guy's going, Brian, is leaving it, but wow, this issue was just awesome. Everything's just coming to crescendo, all the subplots, the dirty cop, the relationship with Harvey and Gordon, and there's a huge, crazy, fun cliffhanger. There's a special guest star villain, and then there's a crazy cliffhanger nuttiness that I don't want to say because it's cool. It's cool, and if you're not getting Detective Comics, just get it. It's, you know, just come in and get issue 41, 42, 43, and enjoy it. It's really, really good. It is a cop crime book, and Batman happens to be a cop now too. And yeah, he's in this big robot suit, but so what? It's awesome. So enjoy it. And the Omega Man, this book is not selling well from what I understand. It's not selling that great here, but it's the kind of sci-fi I like. Heavily political, dirty sci-fi. It feels kind of like Firefly, you know, just with more of the politics and less of the on the run, more of like, no, yeah, we lost this war and now we're going to win it instead of just, you know, hiding out and trying to make some creds. But this, I just love everything about it. I love all of the images, the propaganda stuff about it. I'm into it. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, I do. And finally, Justice League, Gods and Monsters, Wonder Woman one-shot, the Wonder Woman from New Genesis. It was awesome. It's co-written by Bruce Timm, who did the actual DVD movie. And if you haven't seen that, it's fun. It's good. It's super dark. It's very dark. It's probably the darkest thing that they've done for their anime DVDs, which have all been PG-13 dark stuff. And this is like out Dark's Dark Knight Returns. So I enjoyed it, and hopefully you give it a shot. It was a pretty fun take. And if you're local, we're going to be at Orlando Nerd Fest at the Science Center this weekend. Friday and Monday, we're going to have a before show and an after show here in the Geek Easy with bands from Orlando Nerd Fest, and it should be a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.